to support the platform just in case anything like this happens again, you can do it by way of PayPal, Patreon, Cash App, and also by the Anchor. And you can also further support the platform by way of going to the Teespring store or the shoe store that is located in the comment section below. A former rookie in San Antonio was arrested and charged on Tuesday after he shot and gravely wounded a 17-year-old who had been eating a hamburger in his car in a McDonald's parking lot earlier this month. James Brenad, age 25, who was fired from the police department on October 4th for violating training and procedures, was charged with 2 felony counts of aggravated assault by a public servant after turning himself into police on Tuesday night. If convicted, he faced up to 20 years in prison. October 2nd shooting of Erik Cantu was caught on Bernard's body camera, which showed how the officer approached the teen's car, believing it to be a vehicle that had evaded him the previous day. After the officer suddenly opened the driver's door and ordered him out, Cantu put the car into reverse and tried to leave. When Bernard was briefly hit by the open door, he withdrew his firearm and shot at the vehicle 5 times. As the teen drove away, the officer then fired 5 more rounds. Cantu's 17-year-old female passenger was not injured, but he was taken to a local hospital where he remains in critical condition. His attorney, Brian Powers, stated that on Sunday that Cantu was on life support and fighting for his life every minute of the day as his body has endured a tremendous amount of trauma. There had been no significant improvements in his condition on Tuesday evening. Cantu had initially been charged with evading detention in a vehicle and assault on a peace officer, but the local district attorney withdrew those charges after reviewing footage of the incident. Bernard had only been with the police force for 7 months and was still on probation at the time of the shooting. Now, when I originally saw the video, I'm going to say that I was happy that the kid made it away, because the way that the whole thing transpired, and due to the fact that the officer felt, right, he felt that this was a car that eluded him before, is 1,000% ridiculous. He went on something that didn't even happen. He just made something up. And because he made something up, he decided to come up to the door, swing it open, and then automatically pull out his weapon. What are we doing? You don't have nothing on nothing to be rolling up on this dude's car, this young man's car, and just be pulling it open like that and then pulling out a weapon. Anybody in their right mind is gonna be like, no, I'm not doing this. I'm out of here. I'm gonna risk everything, and I'm just gonna leave the scene because this looks crazy. Nobody in their right mind is going to sit there while somebody is rolling up on them, whipping open a car door, and then proceeds to pull out a nobody's doing that. I'm not doing it. I'm just gonna be honest. I'm not doing that. I'm so sorry. I am so sorry, because I'm automatically in fear of my life. I don't know who you are. I don't know what this is about. I don't know what you're doing. You're just trying to tell somebody to get out the car and you got a weapon out because you feel that this is a person that eluded you a day or so prior? That's crazy. And you don't got no evidence to prove this? You don't got no type of like dash cam. You don't got no traffic lights. You don't got a body camera. You don't got a call that you made. You don't have no evidence to show that this is potentially a car that eluded you. You don't even got the letters of the license plate. And then on top of that, you had the district attorney was going to sit up there and try to charge this young man with eluding a cop and then hitting a peace officer, because the door got opened and the door ended up hitting the officer of the door that he opened. Okay. Okay, whatever. Like I said, I don't care if the kid ended up opening the door and it basically hit him, or the officer did it. That charge by itself is ridiculous. And the only reason they withdrew this, it wasn't because they looked at the video. It was due to the fact that the kid is on life support. If he was able-bodied, able to walk and talk, they would have basically tried to proceed and go through and charge him so that they can get all of the energy, the negative light, directly off of the cop and off of the cops at that precinct, because this don't look good at all. Zero. And I told people this before. I'm like, the moment of time that a lot of y'all out here allow these cops to keep acting and doing the exact same things that y'all see them doing to black people, sooner or later it's going to start to hit your families. It's going to start hitting your houses. It's going to start hitting your neighborhoods. And black people just going to be sitting there and just looking and watching, just like everybody else been doing. Like I said, I don't sit up there and advocate or want things like this happening to people's kids. I don't. I realistically don't, because I advocate for kids. Stuff like this should not be happening. And this is when I keep continuously saying that adults don't care about kids. This cop obviously thought that this kid was black. The windows were tinted. The car might have been looking a certain type of way. Maybe he smelled something in the air that smelled like a substance. It was very suspicious. I don't know. Cops get to make up whatever they want to make up in order to justify a reason, And that's clearly what you're able to see here. So like I said before, they were going to do everything in their power in order to body block for this cop that ain't even been here for a year. And this is already what he did. This is what he did within a year's time. Going through the school and then graduating. This is what he did after he got out on the streets. The same reckless behavior that we have been seeing. But the moment of time black people speak out against the cops, oh, it's anti this and it's anti that. But where are those same exact people when things like this happen? He whipped open this kid's door and just pulled out a weapon on him. So where's all of those people that want to, support the cops and they want to say that cops can do no wrong and all this? Where y'all at? Where y'all at anytime that these videos or things like this take place? Oh, that's right. Y'all silent. Y'all don't got nothing to say. Like I said, this is 100% ridiculous. 100% ridiculous. And I hope that the family brings a lawsuit against the city quick, fast, in a hurry, as expeditiously as possible. They can bring together a lawsuit. They need to sit up there and get that lawsuit happening. Because this kid probably don't have that much time. I'm hoping that due to the fact that he's 17, that his body is just going to be like, all right, we got this. We're going to rewire some stuff. We're going to have this going and yada, yada, yada. And then the most interesting part is this. When the kid ended up moving away from a dangerous situation and he posed no type of threat after the initial shots, obviously the kid didn't return any type of fire, nothing like that. The cop then still decided to fire at a moving vehicle that had other occupants directly in the vehicle. That lets you know how reckless of a person that cop is, and how he didn't care for the well-being of the driver, let alone the well-being of the occupant that was in that car.